What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the podcast about a playlist. I'm John.
I'm Brandon.
We hope you're doing well. First things first, rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. That happened
Yes.
in the time we were away. Nothing much to add to it, just a very sad music bit of information and an artist that arguably is a part of the inspiration of like 80% of what we cover on this podcast. So, uh, rest in peace to the Dark Lord himself, Ozzy Osbourne, man. Anything
Rest
you
in
want to say?
peace. Man, the dude was a fucking icon. There is no question in anybody's mind that metal did not exist before Black Sabbath.
No.
Were there a couple of songs that maybe were proto? Sure. Metal started at Black Sabbath's uh, first album, Black Sabbath,
Yep.
and he changed the world, man. Black Ozzy Osbourne ran so everybody else could walk, and
True.
they're
True.
doing it.
And honestly, it like the timing of his last show that I'm sure anybody following rock music saw highlights or headlines
Perfect.
from couldn't have been any better. I think when he was singing Mama, I'm Coming Home, you could hear it in his voice. Most people in the crowd were sobbing. I think everybody kind of knew. It was a great send-off both for his career and him as a person. All of his friends who are also just iconic musicians got to say hi and goodbye to him. He got to see his daughter propose to. Sharon was there. It seemed like the way Ozzy would have wanted to go out. Having advanced Parkinson's at his age had to have been a very, very rough battle. And I believe he was
Right.
being told to medicate for the show, and he he has said that the medication makes it to where he can't really sing as much or as impassioned. And so he went through the show unmedicated so he could sing and be there, be as present as possible. And I think that that really translated not just to the people that were there, but to all the videos of it, which are going to live on not as long
What
as his legacy, but for some time quite as well.
what an icon. Just absolutely iconic.
Fucking
Rest in
iconic,
peace,
man.
Ozzy.
All right, buddy. You went to your first Warp Tour yesterday. Warp Tour Long Beach. Let's talk a little bit about it before we get into this week's like playlist. First of all, man, what did you think? Did it live up to like in your mind what you thought it would look like, feel like, smell like, all of that stuff?
Yes and no. So, my first impressions, we got there, I think, a little bit after 2 p.m. on Saturday. Ubered in because apparently the parking was atrocious. That's not anything near close to surprising. It was in Los Angeles, which I am very vocal about disliking.
What's the
Uh,
venue?
it was the shoreline waterfront. So it was
Shoreline
just past,
Waterfront.
yeah, it was
Got it.
just past the port, adjacent to the marina, at Long Beach. It was basically right on the beach, just
Okay.
no sand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was amazing. I had a fantastic time. It looked kind of exactly like I thought it would. They had the big vert ramp, the half pipe rather. They had a
The
bunch of
big
different stages.
inflatable schedule that you kind of have to go to figure out where everything's going to be that day.
Coachella goers could never. They
No,
freak
oh
out
my
about
God.
these
Could
set
you
times.
imagine if set times weren't out till day of? Were they pretty much limited to like 30-minute sets again, like they used
Yeah,
to be?
yeah, it was about 30 minutes a set. And it had the setup where there was, two stages pretty much at every location, where one
Yeah,
stage would stop
alternate.
music and then immediately music would start on the other stage. And the screens from the stage that stopped would show. So you didn't really even have to move from stage to one, from
That's really
stage.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. Um, they oversold it. And I did a little
Yikes.
bit of research. Now, I'm comfortable in gigantic crowds. In fact, I might be the most comfortable person in any gigantic crowd you'll ever meet. Um, a lot of people were not, and you could tell,
Yeah.
which is okay. There was a lot of people who were unaware of festival etiquette. A lot of pushing, a lot of shoving, but they oversold it. So I did a little bit of research. Turns out this was an insomniac event. I'm going to let you sit on that for a second.
Big surprise.
Um, Yeah, so other than that though, man, the performers all crushed it. Silverstein had a little bit of an audio cutout, and the professionals that they are didn't even let them didn't they didn't even skip a beat, bro.
No, of course not.
Um, the Sublime, it was nearly a religious experience watching Jacob sing his father's music live.
I think
I
they
had
got about an hour too.
close to it. I mean, they're probably one of the bigger names. I think they
Yeah, yeah.
probably even like wanted to be during the day. You know. Look, man, I'd seen the Coachella videos. I'd seen a couple of the other videos of Jacob singing, and it really didn't do anything justice. You go and you see this dude live, and you can swear you're listening to Brad. So, really good shit
It's
there.
awesome.
Day two was great. I got in a lot of mosh pits. I actually just saw somebody posted to Reddit a whole album of crowd surfing moments, and I am in a number of those videos. I did not crowd surf, but I
They
did
too seem to be
start.
a little heavier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, and I did start the pit at Comeback Kid to close the night out with my boy Justin. That was a
of
lot of
course.
fun. Well, we got there and Comeback Kid was playing, and there was no pit, and what are we doing? This is the
Got to get
last
that
set of the
going.
night. The fuck? So, so yeah, man, it was a really, really cool event. Drug Church crushed it. So did Stray from the Path. Thank you for that
Yes,
recommendation. They were
of
very
course.
good. I did watch them from the shade. It was a
I don't
little
blame you.
warm. It was
I
a
don't
little
blame you at
warm.
all.
Now I'm from the desert, so I can take the heat, but my bitch ass did not bring any sunscreen,
When it's
like an
oversold,
idiot.
body heat adds too.
Oh, 100%. And then,
Concrete.
yeah, and then yeah, there was a lot of asphalt.
Hmm.
And the areas where there were not asphalt, it was grass, but then it very quickly turned into weekend two of Coachella by maybe
Yep,
hour two of Saturday because, well, everybody likes to run and mosh and jump and fall and shit at Warped Tour. And you know what, man? It
as
was
they
a
do.
fantastic experience.
Hard on the feet and knees, but good on the vibes, I
Oh yeah, no,
imagine.
my legs are still noodles, and I haven't
Yeah.
been, you know.
Yeah, they actually streamed it this year. So I caught a couple of the performances in retrospect, and I watched the Chiodos one or Craig with friends playing Chiodos songs. There's a lot of drama around that whole thing right now,
Oh, we
but
don't have time. We don't have
no,
time.
no, no. And we don't need to get into that this week. But anyways, I bring that up to say that was a night performance. So I watched that. It sounds okay, but I can't really tell the density until I watched a Seosin like day performance, I think earlier today.
I
And
was
when
at
they
both of those
pan out
sets.
and they pan out to the crowd, and I was just like, oh,
Huge.
that's thick. Like that, it's not so much a giant crowd as it's a compacted big crowd, you know? So like I can only imagine what that felt like at times, especially if people don't know the do's and don'ts of these types of things. Um, other than
I
that, yeah, man, I saw some political statement, which fuck yeah, that's exactly what punk bands should be doing at
this is
festivals
punk
like
rock,
this.
baby.
Exact. Dropkick Murphys are going to dropkick Murphys. You better believe it. But dude, I'm glad this was your first one, right?
Yes, it was. If anybody found my glasses after the Chiodos pit, please hit me up.
You ain't getting those back, man. Did you walk away with any merch or swag?
I was way too busy fucking shit up, man.
Fair enough, buddy. Well, it sounds like you did Warp Tour, right? Do they still have skaters there in any fashion?
Oh yeah, there were skaters, they were
Vert
selling
ramps
decks.
and
They had
stuff?
yeah, oh they had the whole half pipe right there next to the van stage. It was
Hell
a whole
yeah.
thing.
Was
Tony
was
Hawk came
Trojan
out
there
on
handing
stage.
condoms out?
I actually did not notice that, but I'm sure that they were. Tony Hawk came out and sang Superman with Goldfinger.
So
Um, I,
fucking
I
sick.
I'd like to apologize to the kid that I was trolling. He goes, "Hey man, Tony Hawk came out for Goldfinger." I was like, "Who's that?" He was like, "What?" I was like, "What is this? Some bird or something?"
God damn it.
Oh man,
Troll's gonna
sorry to that
troll.
guy. Shout
Uh,
out to
s-
that guy.
Sorry to that guy. This episode's dedicated to that guy as well as Ozzy Osbourne, man. All
Real
right.
shit.
Let's get into it, man. We got some music to talk about this week. New Nine Inch Nails, As Alive as You Need Me is the name of the song. Incredible return to using the Nine Inch Nails name, in my opinion. I can definitely
Yeah.
hear the Boys Noise contributions in the production, especially in the drums and the way they're chopped up at the beginning and end. I just hope that the rest of this Tron soundtrack is as good as this song because I really liked this. What about you?
You know, man, I you love to see Boys Noise on the production credits of a Nine Inch
Yes.
Nails track. And yeah, their respective sounds are meshing extremely well, in my opinion. I really hope they do continue to work together.
Same.
I know we talked about how this like won't be like a real album or whatever, but I'm pretty fucking excited for the full thing, dude.
Oh, if there's any more of this on there, I'm incredibly excited for it. This notably came out as they're touring together and have been performing different songs together every night. They, as far as I know, have still not performed this one or even like mentioned it live since it's come out. So it'll be interesting to monitor that tour going forward to see if any other Tron songs leak out of it or if we finally get the live debut of this song, which would be fucking rad, man. This one's gonna be a banger.
Agreed.
New one from Fisher and one of the it vocalists in EDM right now, Baby Close. Song's called Blackberries. It's another very fun banger from Fisher. Another outstanding vocal performance from Baby Close. I don't think she's missed on a track yet. This is a really fun one, man. What do you think about it?
Yeah, man, I do love the little bleepy bloopy melody he made here.
Yep.
Track is pretty good. Fisher has always just kind of been okay to me, man, you know?
That's fair. That's fair. I'm same. I would say I feel the same, but I think that this track was objectively just pretty good. New one from Gorgon City. Loveless is the name of this one. They are one of the most consistent acts in dance music today. This is another perfect example of that. Great track, man. What did you think?
Yeah, this is a great Gorgon City track. They've been on their game the last couple of years. And by the last
Hmm.
couple of years, I mean over a decade.
Yep. Yeah, for a little bit of time, they've been pretty good.
I'll
Yeah,
never
this song's great,
forget.
man.
I'll never forget. I think it was Coachella 2014, and we heard this just fucking banging shit coming out of like one of the small tents. It wasn't the Sahara. They were touring with a band at that point, and the whole group just gravitated over and had a fucking party, man.
Oh, I bet. I bet. And yeah, Gorgon City fucking brings it. I think I watched the stream of, I don't know if it was their EDC set last year or the year before, but all perfect selections for a live set. They're great.
Yep.
New one from FKA Twigs called Perfectly. This is the first new song we're getting as part of the Eusexua Deluxe Edition. I like it. It leans more into like the upbeat dance side of the album, which I preferred those tracks on that album. So I'm a fan of this. We'll see how the rest of the deluxe turns out. What did you think about this track?
I really love her voice on this one. That little la 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 let it go melody works
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah, her voice, anytime it's like a la 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 type melody with her voice, I think she crushes it. Very much in her wheelhouse.
Oh yeah.
Um, New one from Bad Bunny, Alambre Pua is the name of this one. Not sure what this release is part of. If anything, might just be a like tour single, but I thought it was, as far as Bad Bunny songs go, especially really, really good. What about you, man? What'd you think of it?
This is a Bad Bunny song, and like
Yeah.
most of his songs, it's good.
Yep. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
I hear he's in the new Happy Gilmore movie.
He is a little too much, a little too much. I watched it the other night. That could send me into a whole nother tangent, but I will leave it at a sequel's not good when the best parts of it are the flashbacks to the original.
Yeah.
One of those.
Yep, yep, yep,
All
yep.
right. New one from Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist 1995. I fucking love this song. The rest of the album dropped. I have already listened to it about a million times, but we'll talk about that next week. So I will save my words for then. What did you think about this track, other than it's
Uh,
fucking awesome?
I love that glittery guitar. I have a feeling that the Alchemist is going to spend very careful attention to the production on this one. Freddie obviously kills it. I mean, what hasn't he killed? So.
I also need to take out my frustration on you a little bit with this one. You got inside my head, man. I sent you the merch when it dropped, and you were like, fucking sick, but not paying $40 for a vinyl. And it's like, "Pff, yeah, that's fucking steep." And then, like, I listened to the album a couple times. It was like, yeah, I don't mind paying $40 on vinyl, only to find every version of it sold out. I should have paid the 40 damn dollars. And
You
I,
told
and
me
I,
to do it, so you can't be mad at me. I
and
was
I
telling you what
anger
I
you
was
for
gonna
getting in
do.
my head.
I'll fight you right now, bro.
Oh man, there was some sick ones though. The Japanese Laserdisc vinyl, the comic vinyl cover, they really crushed it on all of the artwork and merchandise, as Freddie has really since signing a major label, man. He's one of the best merch guys in the game right now.
Real.
Uh, All right, new Joey Badass, man. What did you think of this one?
Yeah, this song goes so fucking hard, dude. Joey is in his demon timeline, and I want so much more of this.
Yeah, yeah, like I think Joey is the king of New York? No, but is anybody stepping up to say otherwise other than Ray Vaughn? No. Ray's put out some good songs against him. Joey walked away unfazed, untouched, clearly the better of the two. I love that he's keeping this confidence despite what people like me think in terms of him not being the best overall right now, but he does not give a fuck and he very much has the ability to keep this up for some time. So shout
Right.
out Joey Badass for I think after he dropped 2000 and it which was a very good album, but not a lot of people really talked about it. I think he was like, "You know what? Fuck this. I have something to prove." And we're seeing the results of that now.
Yes, sir.
New one from the Destruction of the Cult of the Sun called Losing Sleep. The name of this band still confuses me so much, and so does the line that they walk between indie pop and indie rock. But the music is good, and so is this song, man. So I liked it. What about
I
you?
I will agree with you, but I really like their music, man. I
No,
think
it's
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 really
good.
good.
It is very good. It's always just a confusing presentation to me, but I dig it, man. I have no idea where to sort them on the podcast most of the time.
I don't think that matters.
It really doesn't. Put them anywhere. New one from the last dinner party. The Killer is Speaking is the name of this one. This is the new single from their upcoming album, and it's every bit as odd as I expected. I don't enjoy this one quite as much as most of the last album, but it still is very the last dinner party, whatever that means to you at this point. New album drops later this year. I think that this is a fun start at the very least. What about you?
Yeah, that's funny. This might actually be my least favorite last dinner party song,
Oh,
but it's still a good song. So I guess that says something.
gotta love musical weirdos, man. Give them
Right.
respect. New one from Choke Cherry called Goldmine. I just love the overall sound and vibe of their music. That EP we talked about of theirs late last year was great. So is this song. Big fan. What about you?
Yeah, her voice is honestly so beautiful on this one, dude.
It's incredible, man.
Really
I
is.
was not expecting a new song so soon, but happy we got it.
Hell yeah.
New one from Sublime called Ensenada. How have they not had a song called Ensenada yet? This is
I was
definitely
thinking about it today. I was thinking about it today. This
it's
had to.
definitely a new Sublime song. Did they play this one when you just saw them?
No, I actually don't think it's a new one. I don't think it's ever been released. I'd be very surprised if Jacob wrote this though. I actually like I was singing it today. I don't want to be your man. No. And I was like, wait a second. This doesn't this sounds exactly like Brad's writing. Like it sounds like a B-side to their self-titled.
I mean, it writing credit
It's
says
a
Jacob and
yeah.
Brad's name is not in it. So very
He's trying to get those royalties from his papa.
he needs those master
No,
royalties.
I actually really liked this song, man. It's so catchy, and the way he incorporates the Spanish into it
Yeah.
at the last chorus, it's really good, man. It is indeed a sublime song.
Yeah. Very catchy, very sublime. New one from Kerosene Heights, Forget It. I've been dying to get your thoughts on this one, or just I guess I've been excited to get your reaction to it. Especially, I'm sure the first time you hit play and heard that guitar riff, you were like, "What the fuck? This rules." What'd you think about this one, man?
Fucking loved it. This track rips, dude. Yeah, this band can fucking get it.
Yeah, they have a new album coming out later this year. I'm very excited. I think this is the second single they've put out. Both have been great, man. This has just got that perfect like Midwest emo twang to it that you and I are big fans of. So great shit.
Yes, sir.
New one from Hot Mulligan, Proto Theme. So this track confused me for a few reasons. First, it is not a part of the upcoming album that they are currently rolling out. It's part of some wrestling collaboration. I'm unclear on
What?
details beyond that, but I think that the Wonder Years might have done like one for this same type of collaboration a year or so ago. So it's a thing. I'm just not sure the history of it. Second, the sound of this song is way more screamo post-hardcore, way less pop punk than they normally sound. But that said, I absolutely love this, and I hope they kind of blend both of these sounds a little more going forward, man. What did you think about this one?
Yeah, my notes are, yeah, they went full screamy on this, and I want so much more of it.
Yeah, I to my knowledge, and I'm not a deep Hot Mulligan like historian, but they've never gone this screamy. So it was a nice change of pace.
Yes, that's a different band though. Go ahead.
Shut up. God damn it. All right, man. New one from Currents. It only gets darker. Currents has never been like one of my favorite groups, but they always deliver when it comes to heavy vibes. I think they deliver that again here. What did you think about this one?
The Foo Fighters of metalcore have dropped another track, and oh yeah, man, this is heavy. It's great, and you love to see it.
Amen, brother. Dude, this next fucking song, Abrupt Decay 9B, had to text you because I threw this on like my break and I was like, what the fuck, dude? This is like a minute of just chaos. It's so fucking good, grabs you by the neck immediately and does not stop until it's over, which thankfully is brief because you do need to breathe. But 10 out of 10, thank you for adding this, man. Loved it. What'd you
Yeah,
think?
welcome to my song of the week, John. Absolutely
No
fucking
way.
unhinged. This
Dude,
is
so good.
this is just mad chaos. The
Yep.
breakdown is so sick with those fret pulls. Let's go. This was on repeat all week.
So fucking sick, man. Hopefully they have an album coming out. Need more of this.
Yeah.
New one from Avatar called In the Airwaves. It's an Avatar song. I actually liked this one more than most of the last
Yes.
album of theirs that we talked about. I thought this one was pretty fucking solid, man. What about you?
This might actually be my favorite Avatar song that they put out in a couple years at least.
I would not debate you on that, man. I think that it's I went back and like skimmed the album because I was like, I feel like we've talked about this, guys. The second I saw the album cover, I was like, oh yeah, you don't
Oh yeah.
forget that album cover. And it all came back to me. I thought this was a step above that as well.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Last single of the week is from the Acacia Strain. Love saying that sentence. This song's called A Call Beyond. As always, the Acacia Strain fucking brought it on this one, man. I loved it. What about you?
Yeah, they're going a little sludgy on this one, and you know that I love that. I always think back to the time that I saw them for the first time, which was crazy. I think last year, and I texted you.
Yep.
I think the Acacia Strain might be the heaviest band in the world.
You did. Yep. And I think that they're only expanding upon that thought with this release, man.
Let's fucking go.
A couple of EPs to talk about. We got the A-Lock Tomorrowland 2025 EP. Crushed it on all three of these, but Terminator goes so fucking hard, man. Good shit from A-Lock. What do you think about this?
Yeah, the every single one of these tracks just fucking bang.
Can we make this like a regular practice? Like DJs after a big festival set where they have a bunch of IDs have to drop a couple of them as an EP immediately after. I think
Like,
that
oh
would
my
be.
God, yes.
Could you
Like
imagine?
save a couple, right? Like
Yeah,
don't
no,
don't
yeah,
really
just a couple. Just a
don't
couple.
release your VIPs. I get it. But like release it, like drop a few IDs, wait a week, maybe two, and then drop
Yep.
the IDs, you know?
Exactly.
Eric
Exactly.
Prydz, are you listening?
Oh man. All right, man. We got
He's
a new
not.
EP from not he is not. He's definitely not. 9 by 9 Ryan Wood, Angel Canyon. This is a hard techno EP with vocals on it, Brandon. What? Need more of this in dance music and all music as far as I'm concerned. Thumbs up from me, man. What about you?
I actually knew you were gonna love this one. It's a little cheesy for me, but 9 by 9, everything that so we've covered both 9 by 9, we've covered a 9 by 9 EP, we've covered a Ryan Wood EP, hearing
Mm-hmm.
them work together. Ryan Wood doesn't typically do this hard stuff, but what I loved about this is it's not that TikTok cheese. It doesn't have that doit hard style kick to it.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
much more 909, just beefed up with with that DK, which is great. I really did like this one.
We need more clashing, man. We need more just big artist genre clashing. I watched the Miami Vice movie the other night, the one from like the mid 2000s with Colin Farrell, Jamie Foxx. It opens in a nightclub that is absurdly playing the Numb Encore Jay-Z Linkin Park mashup. That did not play in clubs, by the way, Michael, man, but I respect the vision. But you just see people moving to this music and it's so fun. And you're like, we've lost this amount of fun and creativity and artists not being afraid to look stupid to a certain level of trying to look cool all the time. And I kind of miss it, man.
Yeah, man, I totally agree.
Um, that fucking Jay-Z Linkin Park album still rips, by the way. If
Oh
anybody
yeah.
forgot that, this is your
No,
reminder. All right, man. One more EP this week from Millington. Better Safe and Sorry is the name of it. I
which is
thought the
great.
last release they put out was the full EP. I guess this is the full EP. The only songs we haven't talked about are FML and the title track, both of which are great. Nothing new to say about them. I had to throw it on just so we could hear it in full and so I could fucking run Summer Disease for another week. And Landslide still fucking rips too, man. What did you think about this collection from Millington?
You know that I loved it.
Of course.
Yeah, it's fantastic. They're actually very quickly becoming one of my favorite pop punk bands. Actually, if I'm being honest, they have that early 2000s, late 90s sound with the modern kind of almost glittery production.
Yep.
And obviously they've got a little bit of ska energy, and you got to give some love that way.
You do, man. You have to love a band that is unabashedly ska like this, too.
Yo, for sure.
Okay, we got a few albums to talk about this week. Are you ready to move into those?
Oh yeah.
All right, man. First up, we got a new one from Tyler, the Creator. Don't Tap the Glass is the name of this album. I have no notes and no criticisms. I just love this album, dude. It's 30 minutes of the most danceable beats Tyler has ever put out. It's made to be moved to, not talked about. So I'll just keep this brief, say it's great. He's beyond being in the discussion for being one of the best. He's one of the best, and he's putting out classic after classic after classic. I am constantly in awe of his creativity and his ability to execute these albums at such a high level and so quickly. This is an instant album of the year contender for me. Strong nine as of now. Number means nothing though. My standouts are Stop Playing With Me and the Don't Tap That Glass slash Tweakin' split track. But this is an album that I have to listen to from start to finish every time I put it on, man. It's incredible and I love it. What about you, man? What do you think about this one?
So I took my notes on, I believe, Wednesday.
Okay.
So that's
Keep that in
that's
mind.
what this means. This album dropped on Monday, and I think I've listened to Big Poe like 1,000 times. A wildly good track. I really like this project, man. He's in this like fun mode where he didn't want to make something that was like vulnerable and meaningful. He just wanted to make some vibes and some bangers and talk a little bit of shit. And I think he succeeded here.
Yep.
I actually really love the lyrical content. A lot of it's corny, but we need some cheese and rap and back. Um,
Yes.
Corny and hip hop have kind of gone together like butter and toast for a long time. Does nobody remember Nelly? Um, there's this just like air of like
I got a
nonchalant
band-aid on my
confidence with
face right now.
with this project. Same. Which is exactly what I feel like he needed to do. I don't really have too much to say, to be completely honest, just like you. He seems like he's having fun, which in turn lets me have fun. This is a 7 to 8. My standout, Big Poe.
Oh, Big Poe is such a good fucking intro. He got his long sought after Pharrell verse. They have, of course, been on songs together, but never a Tyler the Creator song. So it's really cool to see him get that moment. He actually said in an interview this week that this name he had tucked away for a few years, always intending for it to be the title of a collaborative album between him and ASAP Rocky. But when making this, he was like, this sounds like the Don't Tap That Glass shit. Rocky's too busy having kids with Rihanna. Good for him, man. But
Can
yeah.
you blame him?
So Tyler, in a move that I totally respect, was like, I'm gonna use this fucking name because it's great. So I love that shit, man. Hopefully we still get that album one day. Although they're gonna have to work really hard to come up with a better name than this.
Right.
All right, man. New
Tap the
album.
glass a little.
All right, man. New album from Jackson Wang, Magic Man 2. So we first talked about Jackson last year when he put out a song after performing with BB during the 88 Rising showcase at Coachella. I've had him on my radar since. I really liked Gotta Be a Dick Sometimes as a single. I thought the album's pretty good. It plays out a lot like the RM album that we talked about last year in the way that it kind of goes between hip hop, K-pop, and R&B, although I don't think it does it nearly as well as that album. And you did not like that album very much, so I'm very interested in your thoughts on this one. But I think Gotta Be a Dick Sometimes is still my favorite. I really liked Access too. I think like when he's blending the sounds together in kind of this pop R&B way that Big Surprise I really like. It works for me. I wish that the sequencing was a little bit tighter. There's some tonal inconsistencies, but I don't think it's a bad album. I don't know if I'll revisit it in full again, but I don't think it's bad. I'll say light six for me. Yeah, Gotta Be a Dick Sometimes is going to be my standout, man. What about you? What did you think about this one?
Pretty much the same. I normally this style of like pop R&B is a little on the slower side for me, but it actually clicked pretty nicely for me. Parts that I loved, right? The glittery guitar work on Not For Me, really
Hmm.
great. The bass line on Access is really good.
Yep.
Gotta Be a Dick Sometimes is absolutely fucking hilarious. The percussion and drumming on Buck is really great. After Hate to Love, the album slows down quite a bit for me, and
Yeah,
that's I
drags.
think more than half the album. I did enjoy it for what it is, though. It's a good album lyrically. I think he really kind of like opened himself up, which, as a fan of vulnerable music as a whole, I will say that it takes some balls to do that.
Hmm.
This is actually the mixing and the production on this album, fantastic. Got to give props there. It's a decent album. I'm gonna give it a 6. Gotta Be a Dick is definitely my favorite.
Yeah, song's so fucking good, man. I do need to retread a little bit. Don't tap or sorry. A song on Don't Tap the Glass. Stop Playing With Me is my song of the week. I forgot to say that when we just
I
talked
was
about it.
wondering.
Yes. Yeah, it was between that and 1995. That one won for me because I have the chance to pick a Freddie song next week. So, huh. All right, man. Let's talk about a new Above and Beyond album. I think it's the first new one we've covered since starting the podcast a few years ago.
Oh, it
This one
sure
is
do
called
be.
Bigger Than All of Us. You text me indicating that you liked this one, man. So I'm gonna let you go first on this. What are you liking about it so far?
Look, man, I might even be in the minority here, but I genuinely think that this is their best release since Group Therapy.
Okay.
I think they crushed it on every single level of this one. We have the a classic emotional pull of the very tediously chosen vocalists, the emotional tie, even to like the instrumental tracks on tracks like Everywhere I Go, no vocals. We get some fucking crazy shit with an above and beyond drum and bass track, bro, with On Blood
Yep.
from a Stone, which is crazy. They do it actually really well too. There's even like some houseier tracks here, like Letting Go, which don't really deviate much from their trancey sound, but still sound more like a house track. I also love how long the album is, man. It's a journey. And by the time I got to Heartland, I was like, man, how long is this? There's more. Also, this track is gorgeous. Heartland is amazing.
Very well done.
And like the Chris Lake album from a couple weeks ago, none of this actually feels like tacked together. This feels like an album and one that will likely make it into my rotation for the rest of the year. This one is an 8. I really liked Blood from a Stone.
Yeah, man. I don't think it's an incredibly hot take to say that it's your favorite since Group Therapy being arguably their best, and Common Ground, I think the album in between being very good, very much anchored by the song Northern Soul, which is one of their best. But I think in terms of complete albums go, I agree with you 100%, man. They've always had a level of consistency that makes it very hard to differentiate how much better one album is than the other one. It's like splitting decimals when you're listening to their music. But I think in terms of this album, I think the production is a little sharper than it was when they started out with this sound back in the day. Even though the style hasn't changed, they found a way to clean it up, tighten it. The songwriting just gets a little better every time. The vocalists don't change, but their quality of contributions are just outstanding as well. We get Richard Bedford and Zoe Johnston back again, and they sound as ageless as the producers that they're working with. I talked last week about how much I love a proper EDM full-length album when we were talking about the Chris Lake one, and they delivered just that with this, man. It's a strong 7 for me as of now. I suspect that number's going to go up on the next listen. My standouts are Start a Fire and Carry Me Home, both of which just
Both
feel like
bangers.
quintessential Above and Beyond songs immediately.
Bangers.
All right, man. Slaughter to Prevail's new album, GRIZZLY, is the next one up. So I discovered this band through their recent feature on a baby metal song. That song is actually on this album as well. I really
Yep.
didn't remember what that song sounded like when I added this, but I remembered liking the way it sounded enough to just be like, yeah, that'll be a fun metal band to keep an eye on for future releases. I didn't know they had one coming so soon. I said, fuck it, man. Uh, I think they're around 2 million monthly listeners as of this recording, which is a lot for this type of
They
metal.
were
So
at
their
Warped.
popularity just was kind of bigger than I ever saw. They just grew this orbit just out of my vision, I guess. I figured blind adding a metal album would be fun for both of us, and overall, I think that it was. It's a bit absurd. It's a little cheesy at times, but I don't think it's taking itself too seriously. Definitely not one of my favorite metal albums of the year, but I really, really did like it, and I would happily listen to it again. Strong 6 to a light 7 for me. My standouts are Banditos and Song 3 with Baby Metal. But it's a good album, man. I really liked it. What about you?
Slaughter to Prevail was at Warped Tour, actually.
Did you check them
Um,
out?
I listened to them. I'm gonna get into my review. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, hit me.
I feel like this band needs to kind of pick a lane, man. I did not attend their set, but I did drink while I listened to them from afar
As you
this
do.
weekend. There was a Wall of Death, the only Wall of Death that I'm aware of at Warped Tour. So I guess props, right? Uh, this goes pretty hard, man. It's also very cheesy. And I actually am not a gigantic fan of this album or this band, rather. Excuse me. Look, man, I think Alex Terrible has an incredibly special voice, and he uses it in some of the most cheesiest ways here, man. There are most definitely some great moments on this, though. I can't lie and say that tracks like Banditos and Vikings aren't great. I guess my problem is that it's kind of all over
Exactly.
the place. I thought being named Grizzly, it was going to be a concept album about Alex Terrible preparing to fight that bear the one time he did it, but clearly it's got Mexican influence, it's got Viking influence, it's got Japanese
Yeah.
influence. Just pick a lane, man. And if you're going to fight a bear and not even write an album about it, what is this all even about? 4 to 5 out of 10. Banditos, they should really do an entire Mexico, like Mexican bandito themed album. I
Mexican
think I'd
metal
really
album?
like that. I think I'd really like that. And like feature Dino Cazares from Brujerias. Like, let's go. If they did that, I'd immediately change my score on this one. But did you not know that he fought a bear? Like there's video footage of him
I did
actually
not know
fight. Yeah,
that,
he
but
no, he fought, and I think it was like a domesticated bear, if that is a thing
yeah,
even in the
yeah.
world. And it definitely wasn't a grizzly. A grizzly. He picked a brown bear because he's a little pussy. But
Yeah, only a real savage would go for a black bear. Only
if
pussies go for a little
if
brown
you're
bear.
gonna fight a bear for the internet clout, if you and you're not gonna die on the camera, you know what I mean? Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, fuck clout, man. Fuck clout. I wasn't expecting that low of a score from you, but I don't think it's unfair either. Um, weird album. I'll leave it
We
at
we
that.
we
Weird
haven't
album.
talked about Slaughter to Prevail, and I thought it was hilarious that you added them. He is the vocalist wears this super cringy mask, and they did get very very popular. From my understanding, he's Russian, and it kind of bleeds into his music a little bit. I think he even spoke a little bit of Russian on this one.
I think a little bit, yeah.
I'm not a gigantic fan of how much cheese is in their music, but clearly cheese sells. Just look at, I don't know, A Day to Remember.
Fair. Speaking of, I did catch a little of the A Day to Remember set, and I don't know if it was the stream or not, but dude's vocals sounded so off. Like either they did not want to be there, it was too early in the day, or they just don't sound that good anymore, which is hard to believe because they've always kind of been really, really good live. But time
I wasn't
catches us
around.
all, man.
I forget what I was doing. I might have been at Bless the Fall question mark. I don't know, maybe. But I wasn't around. I saw them in 2019, so I didn't need to see them.
Well, they open with da 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 as you do, and then he doesn't even do the scream. He
He
just lets
doesn't even do the scream.
he doesn't do the let's go. No, he just lets the crowd. He comes in when the clean vocals come in, sounding very much like slightly out of breath, not really into it or not warmed up. It was weird. It's a weird performance, man. And
Oh,
I've seen them a couple times live, and they always fucking bring it, dude. So very odd. Pick up your
yeah,
miss
I'll
it.
never forget them at Aftershock. Tool was headlining, and he goes, "You guys excited for Tool?" And everybody was like, "Yeah." He was like, "All right, I'm going to cover Lateralis right now," and starts playing Lateralis, the intro on an acoustic guitar, and the collective groan from the crowd was incredible. Everybody was like, "Don't do that! Don't do that!"
Don't do that.
He
We're
was like,
not
"I'm
here for
kidding." He
that.
was like, "I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that."
At least they still got the sense of humor, man.
Oh, for
Uh,
sure, for sure.
Talk to me about the Joris Voorn album, Seratonin.
All right. Shout out to Armada Music. They have been crushing for so many years. This album, in my opinion, is no different. I actually think we're going to have different opinions about this one because I am far more of a stan of progressive house than you are, but I do hope you like it. Tracks like Horizon just immediately stand out for me. It's got this catchy melody while not being overbearingly like in your face about it. One of the things I like most about this record, as I do with many EDM records, the vocalists are all chosen very intentionally. And that three-track run from 17 to Burn is very evident of this. All three are beautiful tracks, and that Tom Walker feature is fucking crazy, man. His voice is wild. I really like this album, dude. It's very Tin Liquor but poppier, and I think that works very well for
Interesting.
Senor
Yeah.
Vorn. What are your thoughts about it? I'm gonna give it an 8. Either Flora or Burn are my favorites.
I thought it beautifully produced, so nuanced. It's so well thought out in the writing. The synth lines on almost every song are incredible. Some of the vocal performances I don't think were my favorite, but this is a good dance album, man. I love the Blomqvist being on this album because listening to this made me want to go back and listen to that last release as well. And
Right.
I think that they go really well in conversation with each other. Nathan Nicholson continues to be on some of the best dance tracks out right now. And I expect that this will not be the last we hear of them together after a song like that. This is it's a light 7 for me. I thought it was good. Didn't really like crack my top, but I really enjoyed it for what it was. Rose and You and I are my standouts on this one.
I love how you and I have different standouts on this one. It's such a beautiful thing.
It is, man. I think when it comes down to this music, it's just like what type of synths give you the chills is what really
Right.
seals it, you know?
Right.
New one from Hard Life called Onion. Name change aside, this album has the incredibly difficult task of following up one of my favorite albums of the past few years. They always put out great records. Life's a Beach, maybe in Another Life are both classics to me, so my hopes for this one were high. I loved the singles. The rest of the album delivers more of that same quality, albeit in a variety of ways. It starts out with the song addressing the elephants in the room and is one of the best tracks on the album without question. Yellow Bike and Crickets shouldn't work with the way that they're sequenced. They really shouldn't, but they do. This album gets a little weird with an interlude into an instrumental track, but again, it just works somehow. There's not a bad
Hmm.
song on the back half of this album, but my favorites among those are Telegraph Hill and Othello. And that last track on the album, him saying that if this is the end of this project, he'd be fine with it. It doesn't sound like it's the end. I hope it's not the end anytime soon because I still think they're making great music. This album is very much evidence of that. But it is interesting seeing an artist go through so much bullshit in the music industry and being like, I don't know if this is worth it. And if it's not, I'm kind of happy with what I've done so far. And if I had the discography Hard Life already has, I'd probably feel that way too. Uh, Also, they still need to fucking tour this album so I can see them live. I have not. This album's a high 8, maybe even a low 9 for me. I really love it, dude. My standouts are Tears and Othello. What'd you end up thinking about this one?
All right. First off, I want to shout out to this their Spotify bio. Easy come, easy go. Amazing.
Yep.
Um, Look, man, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I like the hard life stuff more than I ever liked the easy life stuff. In fact, the first record we reviewed of his as Easy Life, I didn't
You didn't
even
really
like it.
like?
Right.
No.
But this is so extremely easy to like. Starts off great with Tears, and this is quickly one of the best three-track ones runs on the record with
Yeah.
Ogre and Yellow Bike. He's got this like float to him on this one, John. He just kind of like floats over all the production in like this incredibly breezy way. Clearly it's like a lot of work that went into that, but it sounds so just easy. You know what I mean?
Yep. Easily.
Everything works. It's mixed extremely well. This album is is a masterclass in mixing. I don't know who mixed this record, but I hire him every time.
That's great.
Um,
Yeah.
Feels like everything has meaning too. The fact that we even get like instrumental bangers like Proximity Effect on this one is fantastic.
Yep.
The first time I got to Octopus, I was begging for the rest of the album to not slow down like this one, and I was pleasantly surprised that it does not.
No.
Dude just gets going right again on Telegraph Hill. We get to Othello and pretty much the end of the record. This one's a lot of fun. Easily my favorite Hard Life record, or as
Good.
his end credits tell me, his my favorite of his so far. Definitely an 8. Yellow Bike or Tears. Those are going to be my favorite.
Dude, fucking great picks, man. I'm glad you enjoyed this album as much as I did. I kind of forgot until we were talking about it. It's like, oh yeah, he didn't like the first album. I know you liked maybe
Right.
in Another Life more than that one, but it's interesting to see the trajectory of like, I don't like this. I kind of like this. I really like this. I think that that's a beautiful progression.
Well, and I genuinely think that he's gotten better. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or maybe he's just speaking more directly to me now.
I think he's also singing about just some real life shit that's very like hard not to connect with on this one too.
Right.
Having like such adversity inspire aspects of this album made it so much different than Easy Life, where it's very much like there's weighty topics from time to time or like more autobiographical stuff, but for the most part it was all very like upbeat indie pop, hip hop a little bit in there, very like summer playlist driven. And this is like the same, but he managed to work in a lot more substance, which
Right.
it doesn't surprise me that that one just resonated for you. He kept that sound, but he added a lot more substance, in my opinion.
For sure.
New Two Shell album, Icons is the name of this one. This was another surprise drop last week. I liked their last album. I don't know much about them, and apparently that was on purpose. They were anonymous until the release of this album. They've since done interviews and photo shoots talking about their genesis and the ideas behind this project, as well as the state of dance music itself. I read it, but I don't have it memorized enough to recite any of it verbatim. But I suggest listeners or fans of them check it out if they want to know more about the people behind this. I'm still fine to not know who they are personally. I just like their music, and that's all I need to like, which I think was the overall point. That first song that they put out with FKA Twigs was so fucking good that I was never not going to be on board for this. The album they put out was equally as good, albeit just a little more cohesive and different from the vocal pop stylings of that song. But I think that this is another very good release. I think that they sound like if Disclosure colored outside the lines a little bit more. Like the music is very consistent, but it's
I
also full
love
of
that.
surprises. There's a lot of bounce on this project that I'm a big fan of. There's also some weird shit. Like I said, it's
Oh
full of
yeah.
surprises, man. But it's a fun listen. I recommend it to any dance music fans that haven't heard it. Easy 7 for me. My standout is Clutch. What about you, man?
All righty. So, Tuchel has been intriguing to me for at least a couple years here. Their Coachella set a couple years ago was amazing. I love how absolutely all over the place this record is. Like I dislike that from like an album perspective, you know what I mean? But because like if you played Clutch and Vision to a person, they would assume that it not only was on a different album, but two completely different artists, because the sounds are just so wildly different. Clutch has that just growling fucking bass line. Doom Culture has, well, I don't even know what it has. It does have something though. Just unhinged a little bit on that track. Stay Now Baby has what I think I like the best about Two Shell's music. There's like growling bass with some interestingly paced melodic moments, some glitchy shit, and it feels normal, but it's not normal at all. You know what I actually love about this though, John? This
What's
is a
that?
future classic. No one is going to rate it high enough after only a week of getting to know it. This album is most definitely a shower, but I think it also might be a little bit of a low key grower. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I'm going to have to sit with this one for a little bit. It's like Square Pusher met Porter Robinson in all eight of its eras, and then they fucked and had a baby. You know what I mean? Like unhinged, wild card electronic music at times, and other times it's very normal.
Yeah.
This is a seven. Standout is clutch.
That Clutch is such a fucking banger, man. Good review. All right, new one from Abigail Williams, Avoid Within Existence. Talk to me about this one, buddy.
I was gonna say, may I? May I?
Yeah, oh, you may. You may.
All right. Of the week of releases, this is probably the album I was most excited for. I have been listening to Abigail Williams since I was a fucking child. They released Legend back in 2006, their debut EP, which I actually think came out in 2005, but for some reason the release date is 2006 on the internet. I have it in my CD case, which I just recently grabbed. Um, yeah, I was listening to this to them back when I was first learning about metal, you know. So their song like "Carry On Birds," "Birds" is just forever seared into my brain. Okay, now that we've got my fangirling out of the way, this album is really fucking good, dude. Black metal, it's almost like some sludgy riffage and some hardcore spirit. No band quite does it like Abigail Williams does. There's a couple of, I guess, black core bands out there, but these guys kind of strayed away from that and went more towards black, and then now they're going towards like sludgy shit, which is so cool. Number one, shout out to Eliran Cantor, who did the art for this album. He has worked with
Fuck yeah.
many, many incredible bands over the years, and everybody should go buy something from his store before every band starts using AI. I also love how, if you look at the single artwork, it was all just cropped corners and blown up corners of the full album art. Love that. Um, A plus for aesthetics. As far as the music, this might actually be my favorite full length album from Abigail
Oh
Williams.
wow.
There is not a the drumming is perfect on this album throughout it, bro. There is not a dull second on the drums here. The sludge influence in the riffs is fucking great. I think they may have like, I don't know, tuned a little differently on this one, or used different pedals, because the guitar just sounds straight up evil. And I love a black metal record that doesn't have to rely on only blast beats and recognizes that without the slower portions of the tracks, the blast beats won't hit so hard. Tracks like Void Within is a great example of this. Uh, Non-Existence has some of the best vocals on the record. The bass lines on this one as well create this like really haunting atmosphere. The tremolo picking on Talk to Your Sleep, which is a great song title, by the way. It's
Yes.
just fucking incredible. Now, you know I love a good closer, John, and No Less Than Death is a fucking closer, dude. Dear God, the way the atmosphere builds on this one into the rest of the track is perfect. And we got clean vocals on a black metal track that's almost 9.5 minutes long. Sign me the fuck up. I'm gonna give this one a nine, man. It's probably non-existent, but for my standout, but No Less Than Death is a very close runner-up. And honestly, man, I mean, Void Within is fucking good. I mean, throw a dart at it. It's great. What are your thoughts?
Man, I mean, you fucking said it all, so I won't add too much. That was a great review. We heard a few of these as singles. We knew it was gonna rip. It rips even harder than I was expecting it to.
Yep.
I I didn't know if it was one guy or a group or whoever. I've never known that with this band, but it doesn't matter. Whatever creates this music is fucking crushing it, dude. Cacophonous black metal from wall to wall. There's some beautiful melodic moments in here, some atmosphere, but it never lets up, dude. It's insane drumming, ferocious vocals. It's a sick fucking album. I also like it. Strong 7 to a light 8 for me. My standout is just that first two song run of Life Disconnected and Void Within, man. Can't go wrong with any of them, though, like you said. Very, very good album.
I'm glad you liked it, John. Actually, this band has been plagued with lineup changes throughout its existence. The only original member is the vocalist Ken, who I'm assuming does the majority of the riffage and the writing
Interesting.
and the organizational aspects. Now, I'm assuming here, but I would be surprised if that wasn't it. But I do implore you, and anybody listening, if this is your first Abigail Williams experience, go back, listen to Like Carry On Birds, and you'll understand why they have been a mainstay in my metal playlist for many, 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 many years.
Noted. One more album to talk about this week is from Drought. It is called Souvenir. I fucking love wrapping up the week with a fun hardcore album like this. We talked about them before, and we both like their sound. I think it's fun hearing it play out over the course of a full-length album. It's also
Right.
cool to hear like mom jeans on an album like this. There's times I wanted it to be like a little angrier or a little heavier, but I think what they do works very well for them. Overall, I enjoyed this one quite a bit, man. Strong 6 to a light 7. My standout is Saint on this one. I think them and Mom Jeans together is a match made in fucking heaven, man. What about you? What did you think of this Drought album?
You could have told me that Refused released this album, and I would believe you.
High
That's
praise.
it. That's my review.
High
It's a
praise.
great review. Shout out to Drought. Shout out to Iodine Recordings. It's an 8 to 9 for me. I fucking love this one. It's also been on repeat for me. It's either We're the Flora or Saint.
It's a great release week, man, and this was a great way to cap it off.
Huge.
So shout out Drought. We'll be back next week. We'll be covering everything that dropped last week, like that new Freddie Gibbs, Duke Dumont, as well as the stuff dropping this week. Stay tuned to our socials. You can find us on Reddit and Instagram. Just search podcast about a playlist. And also follow along with our weekly rotating playlist so you'll know what we'll be covering each and every episode and can listen along with us to prepare. You can find the link to that in the show notes. We will see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.